So again, let's go. Let's go to the '90s. I couldn't find anything in the '80s. I did. I was looking for like there's Black Flag stuff I don't like, but none of it's on like the albums that I really love. The Descendants didn't really have that for me. Like a miss can be a miss, but it doesn't really stand out. So I thought, you know what? I know which band was going to do this, and it was not on the albums that I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go after the beloved Bad Religion, and again, great album, iconic album. One of, this thing is fun all the time around here. One day, I'm going to try to get a tattoo of this whole thing right over here. I have a little drawing of it over here. However, the first song, great. What do we got here? Modern Man, classic.
Great
classic.
song.
This is the follow-up to Suffer, right? It's one of the greatest punk rock albums ever. And then right after Modern Man, we go to Turn on the Light, and I want to turn off the freaking radio when I hear that song. I hate that song. I don't know what it is. In my mind, Dr. Graffin is singing that song, and there's no instrumentation in the background. I know there is, but I can only hear him say, turn out the light, and look, a lot of Bad Religion is like very gospel and opera kind of inspired because of their background. So a lot of their music, if you strip away the punk elements, has that to it. It's what makes it good. But occasionally it could, veer off into being a little kind of corny, and Bad Religion has a lot of classic rock vibes to them as well. The members are big classic rock, like true fans. And for whatever reason, that song, I don't know if it gives me the vibe of like some kind of horrible rock from the 70s that would have been on like some lame guy's radio as he was going on a date. He'd be listening like, turn on the light. I don't know. Whatever it is, I just picture Bad Religion like doing yacht rock or something, and I don't like that song. That song drives me crazy.
All right, hold on one second. So I don't know, man, because whenever you said that, I was like, oh man, I'm not a giant Bad Religion fan. I think that's kind of well documented down here. Mm-hmm. I like them. I'm not as big a fan as everybody else is, right? And I own some of their records. I'm not like hating on the band, but Against the Grain, I think is a pretty great record. But when you said that, I was like, Turn on the Light. I think that's a song I like a lot. And so I pulled up the playlist, and sure enough, it's on my personal playlist. And that's why I was laughing so hard, because I was like, oh, this bastard got me.
Well, it's funny because I've done the thing where you try to validate yourself when you go through the internet, just trying to find things that agree with you. And I've done that with this song where I've gone on the YouTube video, I see like the comments to be like, oh, this song, and it's just like, oh, it takes me back, this and that. I'm like, oh, I'm the only one that I think has like, I think it's like a beloved song by like Bad Religion fans. Again, the second song on one of their huge albums, and it missed me.
That's hilarious, dude. So okay, what's your favorite on the album, or do you have one?
Oh, so I think Anesthesia might be it's in the range of my favorite Bad Religion songs ever. So, oh yeah, that's a tough one. So that I think the A side on this is great. Other than the song I just threw under the bus, but that stretch at the end with Anesthesia, Flattered Society, and Faith Alone, I think is just great. And then there's the other song, I can't remember which is the one. Oh, and then a really weird deep cut is Unacceptable. It's like 10 parts per million. Unacceptable. It's just like a weird song, kind of the opposite of what we're talking about here. It's one of those songs that's sort of out of tone with the rest of the album, but just really cool. So yeah, I love that album. You guys did an episode on it, right? You and Nitty?
Yeah, this album's great. I'm very basic though. I like 21st Century Digital Boy is my favorite song on the album. I'm an entry level Bad Religion fan. While I appreciate the band quite a bit, I don't listen to them very often, and it's not. There's so many other bands that I'd rather listen to because I think I've just kind of gotten out of the skate punk style. Mm-hmm. I don't listen to NoFX very often anymore. I don't listen to Bad Religion anymore. I don't listen to Pennywise as much as I want to, and I want to. These are bands I love. I love NoFX. I love Pennywise. I specifically like Pennywise is probably my favorite out of the three, honestly. I even really enjoy The Offspring. I think that they have, if you strip out some of their like sillier songs, they are very much just like a slightly more poppy version of Pennywise. They're incredibly similar sonically, but I didn't mention earlier my favorite Sex Pistols song on that album is probably the opener, dude. That song, God Save the Queen, is still really great. Pretty Vacant's really good. But I think Holiday in the Sun, it just opens that album up so perfectly, man. It's such a great opener. But yeah, Bad Religion, man, Against the Grain. Classic album, dude. I'm a little surprised to hear both of your albums, honestly. I had to pick albums that I don't really listen to much because I typically only listen to albums that are front to back great. I don't like to skip songs. I don't like to build playlists. I like to have albums. And that band, The Bodies, I was mentioning, that I very quickly realized that they're a band that I'm going to be able to buy LPs from and just play the album. I really appreciate when bands do that. Rancid is the main reason that I'm like that, is because Rancid's first few albums I could just play front to back. I didn't have to really skip anything. And it's funny we're talking about this. The Offspring is one that I intended on bringing up, but every album has 2 songs that are stupid, not just one. And so I thought, well, I honestly, if we do this again, I'll probably bring up the Offspring on the next
I wasn't
video.
sure about them because I thought about them quite a bit too, but I didn't want to just pick their hits because that's what I would have done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So that's because I thought because those albums are really strong, but they do take some turns that I don't always like, and so they were kind of a band I thought of. And as I went through, I realized that the ones that had the songs that have more categories on that, I didn't like those albums as much anyway. So their strong albums are pretty strong.
I think
overall.
on the next iteration of this, when we do the pick an album, do the best and the worst, I think I'm gonna showcase some Offspring stuff because I think it needs to be said that those albums deserve more respect than they get, man. I think that everything from, honestly, even Ignition, and while I don't really like it a lot, it's a great album. And Smash, Ixnay on the Hombre, Conspiracy of One, Americana, dude, those albums are good, dude. I don't understand the hate, other than that they're super famous and punk rockers don't like that. Anyways.
I saw them about 3 months ago, and it was the second time I'd seen them. It was one of those things where I can't tell you if they sounded good because all you could hear is everyone next to you singing every one of their songs.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? And it's cool that they have so many. I can talk crap on the hits. They have so many of them though that they have to work to sneak a deep cut or a current song into their set.
Right.
Because, there were songs. It was one of those bands that there were songs they didn't play that people were disappointed that they had.
Most of their hits I actually like quite a bit. It's the later hits I don't like. It's all the silly stuff.
It's those tippy top hits that they cut. But I think
Pretty Fly for a White Guy, I absolutely hate that song.
Even seeing their set though, the songs that they really highlighted were the hits that everyone loves. A lot of the hits from Smash, some of the ones from Americana that people really are into. I think they know their fan base, but I mean it's a big fan. There was a lot of parents there with their multi-generational Offspring fans.
Ixnay on the Hombre is probably an album that could have fit on this list. I think that album is super underrated, and it's pretty good all the way through. It doesn't have a song that pops out in your head as a shitty song, whereas most of the records you go, oh no, it's this one. I wanted to put a Rancid album on here, I just couldn't, bro, because it was either I love the whole album, or it was there was a couple of songs I didn't really care about, and I didn't want to talk about 2000 because I don't care enough. So I was but I'm going to get equal amount of crap for this pick here in a little bit. So moving on to my next pick.